I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
I mentioned the rotation that we're doing Silk Song, Mario Galaxy 2, American Truck Sim, Pokemon as of tomorrow, some random horror fun this week on the late streams, and next week we've got multiple games, right? But you may have noticed that there's something that's omitted from the schedule, something that was on the schedule last when we did this podcast on Sunday morning, and now it's gone. Battlefield 6, okay? So you might say, wait a minute. What happened to Battlefield 6? In fact, people have been coming by the last couple of days to the chat and even comments on my videos saying, where's Battlefield 6? Allow me to explain what happened. So on launch day of Battlefield 6, I played it all day long. I was horrible at it. Admittedly, I was trying to play it like Call of Duty. I had forgotten about the team-based nature of the game. I had forgotten how to utilize the actual classes. And I was like, where's the unlocks? Why is nothing unlocking? Right? Battlefield is so different from Call of Duty. It's meant to be played with a team who's going to communicate, who's going to back each other up. While some people attack, others are tossing down support items, and another person's going up and reviving the people, right? That's how it's meant to be played. However, unless you have that team set up, playing Battlefield with randoms is awful. I can tell you that. I played it for 8 hours. Randoms they just don't understand what they're doing. They either immediately split off from the group and run off and do things by themselves, or they're so idiotic, they'll be in the middle of a giant firefight and try to revive you. What's the point of reviving me if the moment I stand back up, I'm dead again, and then you die too? But that's how they're playing. They just don't know what they're doing. The game also has an insanely long time to unlock anything. I played for 8 hours, and I unlocked 2 weapons. That's lame, okay? In addition to that, okay, in order to play this game, you have to invest a lot of time. The reason being is, unlike Call of Duty, which is very run and gun, and you can get in and get kill streaks and score streaks to get that adrenaline flowing and get momentum going and get an audience pumped, with Battlefield, it's a very slow-paced game, okay? It just is. It's very slow. It's like methodical. You're playing on a conquest map, and it takes forever to win or lose, and you're talking 30-plus minutes for a match sometimes, right? That style of gameplay is not very appealing to a public audience. It's more boring, unless they're an audience that essentially says, hey, we're used to that and we know that, but mine is not. For example, I started playing Battlefield and people immediately complaining, wow, it's boring. Okay? Why is nothing happening? Why aren't you winning or losing? Why aren't you taking over an objective? Like, because the game's too slow. That's how it's built. It's built to be huge like that. You know what I'm saying? And then lastly, because the maps are so big, you have to play a lot to get the knowledge of how to play on these certain maps. You know, every map has interesting places where you can easily flank people and stuff. You got to play this a lot, okay? 8 hours in, I feel like I'm still at square one. I've only hit level 12, and some of the guns that I want to use are at level 30. So you're talking I'd have to play 20-plus hours to even get to weapons that I want to try, okay? In addition, as I've said, I suck, and I know that. Like, I know I suck. This is a game that would take me a long time to learn and a long time to get good at. So I gave it another shot on Sunday night, and here's what happened on Sunday night, okay? Attendance dropped dramatically from launch day on Friday. Engagement for the second half of my stream was non-existent. No one in chat was paying attention to or talking about the game, and support was bad. I didn't even hit $100 of support. So I said, well, listen, it's obvious this is the kind of game that if I had an established team and we were teaming up and communicating would be much better. Maybe you would like it more. But the thing is, that's not my style. I'm the kind of guy that when I'm streaming, I communicate with you. I interact. There's social, back and forth. That's the appeal of a lot of my streams. Today, in the modern day, people are more interested in just hanging out with me and talking than me playing some kind of a hardcore game where I have to dedicate myself to get good and I'm dying constantly and there's raging and everything at it. It just doesn't work anymore. Here's why. This kind of content did used to work, okay? People would come to my streams and flood them with views. Of course, it would be trolls, but still, they would watch the streams. I would get views. I would get ad revenue. I would get engagement on my content. My channel would hit related search because I was playing a game that would get a ton of attention because I was raging at it. Whether it was a FromSoft Soulsborne style game, whether it was a new online fighting game, whether it was an online FPS, these kind of rage bait games would bring people to the channel. Today, illegal restreamers literally stream the content the same time I do. The trolls just go to their channels and they get the views and they get the support and I get nothing. Okay? So because they're breaking the law and they're live restreaming me, which is not allowed anywhere. It's not allowed anywhere. It's against terms of service to live rebroadcast someone without explicit permission. You can't do it. Okay? Because they do it and they steal from me, I don't benefit from it anymore. Like I said, in the last week, take a look at my streams. Okay? Last night, what did we do? We hung out on Steam. Okay? Someone is dropping a whole bunch of support, but it's an offensive name. They said the Snorth Fourth is mine. I think they're trying to make it sound like the Snort Fort is mine. I mean, it's not. First of all, there's nothing called a Snort Fort. And number two, it's not yours. Even if you were to call my home the Snort Fort, it would be mine. Anyway, so continuing on. Basically, in the last week, let's actually look at what has been popular on my channel, shall we? Okay? Last night, we just hung out on Steam, looked at a bunch of horror games, bought a few, and played them randomly. Lots of hangout sessions, vibes, interaction. Chill with Phil. I do a stream of chilling with Phil, and I make 4 times more money than when I was playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds within an hour, by the way. This is what I mean. Even the podcast, when I do the podcast, which I don't do every day anymore, when I finally do the podcast, it does well. This person just gifted 25 more subs. Here's the question. Do you guys think this is real? I mean, it is real, but do you think this is a troll who's then going to pull everything? I'm just curious. I wonder, because I don't know who this is. Apparently, this is brand new. Let's take a look. It says weekly top gifter. Yeah, this is... Yeah, they've never gifted before. This is a brand new account. Like, literally, this is a brand new account. People are saying it's Iron Chef Sakai. I mean, even if it is, what's the point? What's the end goal of sending me 30 gifted subs and hitting the goal already? Like, what? Most successful streams that I have done, all right, have been me hanging out with you. Chill games where we can interact and talk, okay? Or streams where we're just shooting the shit. It's not, oh, Phil's playing the rage bait games anymore. They did used to work. They absolutely did back in the day. We're talking the early days when I moved to Washington, that whole first, I would say decade even, of me doing things like Dark Souls. So probably like maybe you can argue 2012 all the way through like 2022, 2023. But what's happened is in the last couple of years, people have more enjoyed hanging out with me and being chill than the rage. People even say, man, you're getting too angry at a game. We don't like that anymore. We want to see you actually enjoy yourself. Okay? Now, there's some exceptions. There's sadly just going to be some games that aren't going to work. For example, old school JRPGs and stuff, it almost never works. It sucks. Like, I played Sweet Code N2, and I got halfway through, and we had to stop. I want to go back to it at some point, but, like, what are you going to do? There's not much that you can do. You just kind of shrug, like, well, I love the game. It is a social experience, but no one shows up for it, right? But in general, people just seem to like hanging out on the channel. Why is American Truck Simulator the longest running successful stream that I've done this year? It is. Take a look. I've done something like 50 hours of American Truck Simulator, and almost every stream we've hit the goal. I think there's only very few we didn't. So there you go, right? So here's the thing. You might say, well, that sucks because I really like to see Phil rage. Well, you have one group of people to blame for the fact that I'm not going to do that kind of content. My trolls and detractors who steal my content. Every idiot who illegally restreams me, every moron who literally just rips my content and reposts it on their channel with a title that's defamatory, it's their fault. Because normally the people who watch that content would have watched it on my channel and I would have profited from it. And I would have said, oh, it makes sense. Let's make more. Okay, let's play more Battlefield. Let's play more rage-inducing fighting games, right? Let's do that. Like right now, if I was actually getting views, attention, and support on Street Fighter 6, maybe I would have played more Street Fighter 6. But if you didn't know, it dried up. People weren't caring about Street Fighter 6. They only wanted to see me rage at it, and that the views would go to the trolls. So 100%, the blame for that content not existing anymore is them. And now, of course, they'll say, well, now we're not going to have any more content like that to benefit from. Yeah, but it's your fault because you got greedy. Because instead of playing fair and playing ball and doing this in a way that it benefits everyone, i.e., you clip it after the fact and you edit it to be a transformative work and you make a montage of the worst moments, which is what you used to do. That took effort, right? That actually took time, effort, skill to do. Now you just rip it raw, which is illegal. And you put it on your channel illegally. Your entire channel violates YouTube's terms of service. It is a community guidelines violation to do what you're doing. Okay? And since you do that, I'm not going to give you the content anymore. It's your fault. You go fuck yourself because you already did. You already fucked yourself. By getting greedy, by doing this outright theft, that's why you're not getting your content anymore. Okay? So there you go. No more content for you, you dumb motherfucking bitches. It's your fault. You have no one to blame. Look at yourself. You're the jackass. Put the clown makeup on in the fucking mirror because you deserve it. There's no reason for me to stress myself out and play these games anymore when I can benefit doing other things. So that's what I'm going to do. And you can eat it. You can sit and spin on a fucking cactus for all I care. Because I don't care about you. I care about me and my viewers. And my actual positive supporting viewers, they want to just chill. So you're going to get chill content you don't like and your viewership doesn't want to see because you stole the content that you wanted to see and I didn't get anything out of it. It's your fault. Okay? So, yes, I probably would have played more Battlefield and tried, except there's no point. I'm not going to bother with it anymore. Oh, well. So I'm sorry to those who actually did like Battlefield, but to be honest, I'm not playing for my trolls. I'm trying to play for my positive viewers. My positive viewers have outright made it known we don't like seeing you play this game. In fact, they even said play Call of Duty when it comes out, because when you play Call of Duty, you could get fun kill streaks, score streaks going. You use a variety of weapons because they unlock fast. You're doing melee kills. You're doing sniping kills. You're doing LMGs. You're throwing explosives. It's fun. Battlefield is like watching paint dry because all you do is die and rage. Die and rage is stupid. So, okay. That's it. Done. No more Battlefield, no more of that nonsense. Okay? Okay, cool. Excellent. All right, so I'm not going to play it anymore. It's not for me. Team-based is not for me. Sitting there investing endless hours to unlock guns, dying nonstop, and people just, quick clip farm it. Well, fuck you. Now you get nothing. It's your fault. Again, it's all about greed. If these people had done it within rational means, like, okay, every once in a while I do it, but no, they literally steal every stream. They steal every video I put out, so I'm just not going to give them anything anymore. Oh no, Phil did another boring stream where he hung out with his audience and hit his goals. Well, that's not fun to restream. Well, fuck off. Don't restream then, stupid. It's not my fault that you ruined the content for yourself. Okay.